who chose to scatter this ministry, especially the pastors who left this ministry and left with members of this ministry. Lord, let their wives be barren. Let all fruitfulness be cast from them. I curse their generations. I curse their generations. I curse their generations before them and after them. Let there be chaos in their families. Let your pestilence fall upon them from this day. Let there be sickness from the root of their families to the generations that are not born. Epileptic, hepatitis, HIV, madness, let it fall upon them. Let their wickedness be spelled.
He's a crook. He's a liar. You are a businessman. When people mention your name, what is it that comes to mind? He's a crook. He's a liar. He doesn't keep promises. He's a cheat. He's a fraud. He's not a bad person, but be careful. Deal with him carefully. Just make sure you write down all agreements. And there are people that they will say, you know what? If that is the man you are going to deal with, go to sleep. If your name is not good, your future can't be great. No matter how talented you are, no matter how gifted you are, no matter the grade of your certificate, the level of your character is superior to the grade of your certificate, whether it is first class grade. Please value your name.
Honestly, I do understand that when people backstab you, it can be very, very painful. I do understand that when people you trusted betray you, that can be very hurtful. And I wouldn't sit here and pretend that there are not people out there who wants to betray you, who wants to hurt you, who wants to trample on you. I wouldn't sit here and pretend those people don't exist. In fact, they do exist, but there are just a handful of them. And if someone you trusted, if someone you consider it a friend, a colleague, did something to you that you didn't expect, of course, you will feel bad, you feel sad, you feel disappointed, you feel betrayed. But my only problem is with how you handle betrayal and frustration and backstabbing, whatever, how you handle it. Because if you hear what the man of God in this video said, you will ask yourself, if you listen to what the man of God in this video said, you will wonder if this is a real man of God or not. You will wonder the kind of language he was using against people he considered betrayers is something that you will not expect from someone who calls himself a preacher. Remember, like I've always said, right? With certain powers come certain responsibilities, right? With certain position comes certain duties and functions, right? If someone said they are preachers, they are men of God, then there are certain responsibilities they must carry, and they must behave in a certain way. You cannot be a preacher, or you cannot call yourself a preacher, or you cannot stand on the pulpit and entitle yourself as a preacher while spitting out foul languages. You cannot do that. You cannot be on a pulpit and curse people, no matter what they did to you. No matter what they did to you. You cannot do that. Because remember, the person you call your God has told you to forgive those who hurt you. You cannot sit there and say you curse their generation, you curse them, you curse their family, you this, you that, you that, you this. No, you cannot do that. Aren't you supposed to forgive them? And I know you are hurting. I know you are hurting. I acknowledge the fact that you have been betrayed. But how is cursing them going to reverse the action? How is cursing their entire generation going to reverse the betrayal they've done to you? How is that going to remedy what they did to you? Cursing them going to fix the problem? No. Cursing them going to come and ask for your forgiveness? I don't think so. So, why don't you think that forgiving them would have been the best course to pursue? Why don't you think so? And as a man of God, don't you think that it is your first priority to consider forgiving them? Don't you think so? I mean, come on. You men of God tell us that we must love our neighbors as ourselves, we must love those who hurt us, and we must be willing and ready to forgive those who betray us. But when it comes to you, when it's your turn to do the same thing, you are unable to do it. You see? And it's the same thing. You will see that when men of God need support, when they need money for one project or the other, they will turn to the members and ask them for donations, for support, whatever. But when the members need support or anything, they tell them to fast and pray. So when we, the people, need something from you guys, we turn to God. But when you guys need something for yourself, you guys turn to us. And we will fund whatever you guys need. So when it comes to us, it's always God. When it comes to you, then it's us, isn't it? Because I believe, honestly, that if the hurt that this man of God is feeling was his members feeling the same pain, he would urge them to forgive those who hurt them. I mean, if his members came to him and said that a certain person has betrayed them and they are feeling so much hurt inside, his response would not be to curse those that hurt the members. He will not advise them to curse those people. Rather, he will tell the members to forgive those who have hurt them. That's what he will say. And that is the right thing to do. That is the right thing to do. But now that is the turn of the man of God to forgive and forget. Or maybe not forget, but forgive. He is on a pulpit, spitting out hateful curses to those he presumed to be his enemies. You see? I have always told you, my fellow brothers and sisters, that you should worship God. I will never kick against anyone who decided to have something they believe in, something bigger than themselves. I will never go against people's belief. I will never say that someone's belief is wrong if they are happy doing it. But I would just urge every one of you out there to be very careful with some of the men of God we have nowadays. Because some of them, like I have said before, are wolves in sheep clothing. Believe me, my brothers and sisters, wolves in sheep clothing. They will never forgive if someone hurts them, but they will preach forgiveness to every single person. That is what they've become. And to say the least, my brothers and sisters, it's so sad. It's really, really sad.